So guys, if you don't know, there is a huge rumor going around that we might be getting a new vampire-themed game mode in the Murder Mystery 2 Halloween update. A new game mode was just found in the Murder Mystery 2 testing server just a couple days ago, as well as there being a lot of hints that we are going to be getting a vampire-themed update later this month. Not to mention the name of the game mode is TVM, which a lot of people think it's just testing vampire mode. If you've seen the recent MM2 leaks, you guys know why everyone thinks we're going to be getting a vampire update, but so while making this video, it was actually confirmed that we are going to be getting a vampire mode in MM2. Roblox might have accidentally leaked it. They put MM2 on today's pick saying the vampire lurk, saying MM2 is going to have an update. And also Nicholas made a tweet of supposedly a vampire character with the vampire axe if you brighten it up. So yeah, just know every time I say that we might get a vampire mode, just know it's confirmed that this is going to be a vampire themed update. If it is true and we are going to be seeing a new vampire game mode, how would the gameplay even be like? Because the last game mode we got was MM2 Scary Mode, which was nothing we've really ever seen in MM2 before. It was a full-on Piggy-inspired escape room game mode where you had to find keys around the map and you had to try to escape the manor before the clown finds you. Like, bro, that was actually kind of crazy. But what could we be seeing at the new game mode this time around? So I decided to ask all of you guys what you guys think a new vampire-themed game mode would be like. As you can see from this community post right here, if we do see a vampire game mode in MM2 soon, what would the gameplay be like? Might be for a video. I also tweeted this out, by the way. Go follow me on Twitter. And you all had some crazy ideas, to say the least. But first, I want to talk about my own idea, because I also decided to think of an idea for this update. So my idea is, I don't know if any of you guys have played Roblox Vampire Hunters. I used to be obsessed with that game when I was a kid, but it was a Roblox game that was very similar to Murder Mystery 2, where there was a bunch of innocents, one sheriff, but instead of a murderer, there was a vampire that had to kill all the innocents. The thing is, each innocent took like 10 seconds to kill because you had to slowly suck their blood, but to make up for that, the first innocent you tried to kill would also turn into a vampire. So it would be 2 vampires versus the rest of the server. Maybe I'm biased because I loved that game so much as a kid, but I think it'd be really cool if the new game mode was similar to how that was. It would fit Murder Mystery 2 very well, because there'd still be a bunch of innocents, there'd be a sheriff, but us being a vampire instead of a murderer, I think that'd be really cool, and us being able to infect other people, turning them into vampires. It's almost like a combination of both normal MM2 and infection. Like, the first person you kill gets infected, but the rest of them die normally. Like, I feel like that'd be a really cool idea. But now let's go over some of your guys' ideas, starting by Jim Carney's idea, saying 1/4 of the server would become vampires and they get knives and can stab people. If they're real close, like right beside them, but they can run fast, while everyone else are hunters and have guns and can shoot all of them. So basically, 1/4 of the server would be a vampire. So if you were in a 12-player server, like, there would be like 3 vampires, but everyone else was a sheriff. So those 3 vampires had to kill the rest of the sheriffs. I feel like that could be a really cool idea and something I could personally see Nicholas do. I think the vampires being able to run faster would balance it out a little bit, because 3 versus like 9 players, like, I don't know how fair that is. The sheriffs would vastly outnumber the vampires, so I think it would make it a lot more fair if the vampires could run a little bit faster, kind of like how the zombies do in Infection. I'm pretty sure the zombies run a little bit faster, but to make up for that, you can't throw the knife at the zombie. So maybe the vampires can't throw their knife, or maybe they can. Maybe that would balance it out a little bit more if there's like a lot of sheriffs, you know, I'm not so sure. Now here is this suggestion by Mimic saying players are trapped and have to protect themselves from the vampire. Vampire has to bite and transform everyone into vampires to win, but vampires can turn invisible and turn into bats or fly for a short period of time. I really like this idea because in vampire lore, vampires can turn invisible and they can turn into bats. So I feel like it'd be really cool to implement that into a Murder Mystery 2 round, where vampires in Murder Mystery 2 are also able to turn invisible or turn into bats to fly around. Kind of reminds me how Scary Mode, the clown got to use the trap power, so the vampires could maybe use the ghost power, as well as having one extra power of being able to turn into a bat and fly around. Like, maybe there could be like different floors of like a vampire mansion. You can fly up to those different floors. I don't know. That's just an idea. But yo, Nicholas, I hope you're watching this video. You could definitely take some notes from these ideas, but let's go over a couple ideas that some of the YouTube comments have given me, starting with this one by ACO saying innocents could hide and survive from the vampire, but the vampires could kill to get blood, and if you don't get blood at a certain amount of time, you die. I saw a couple people comment a very similar idea to this, but basically, the vampires need a certain amount of blood to survive, but the vampires are slowly losing blood, so you have to make sure you kill all the innocents before you just lose all of the blood and die. I feel like they could really do that. I feel like that's something Nicholas could do. The only problem with that is that I don't know if Nicholas wants blood in MM2 anymore now, because Roblox is doing like the age rating thing. Like, blood is like locked to like 13 plus games, so Nicholas had to remove all the blood. Like the splatter knife had to be changed. The MM2 logo had to be changed to remove the blood. So maybe instead of getting blood, you just have to like gain HP from the innocents. I'm not so sure. But it probably would have to be changed a little bit to not include blood. You know what I'm saying? But I still could see Nicholas doing that. Here's this idea from Walton saying, all players have guns and the vampire is a boss where we have to fight to get candies and coins. This is another round that would be very similar to an old MM2 round, the Juggernaut round, where one person was the murderer and there was a lot of sheriffs. The murderer had a lot of HP, so you had to do like many gunshots to be able to kill them. So they could definitely bring that back where the vampire just has a ton of health and like you need to do like a bunch of gunshots. I really like the idea of being able to shoot them and like the vampire drops candies, so maybe instead of just candies randomly spawning in the maps, it would spawn near the vampire if you shoot them. So you actually have to like you actually need to be pretty skilled at MM2 to get the candies. I think that'd be really cool. Instead of just walking around the map having to find candies, it'd be around the vampire, so you have to get close to him and hope you don't die from him. You know, I feel like that'd be really cool. But here's the last idea from my good friend Plus Power, who said hide under a couch from the vampires and throw cushions at them as a distraction. Man, I can't make a single video without having to talk about that couch, huh? Imagine that's what the couch was. The next game mode in MM2 is about the couch, and you have to like hide under a couch. Nicholas, if you're watching this, please don't do that, dude. Please don't make the couch a part of the next game mode in MM2. Honestly, I feel like Plus Power was just trolling with this suggestion, but honestly, like Nicholas could actually do that. Maybe that's what that whole couch hint was. I hope not, though. Please, bro. I'm tired of the couches. But yeah, guys, there were so many suggestions. As you can see, 158 comments on this YouTube post. There was like 40 others from Twitter. If I talked about every single suggestion, this video would probably be like 5 hours long. So I'm sorry I didn't talk about every single one, but you guys could definitely go to this community post and read off some of the suggestions, because there's so many crazy ideas, and there's a very high chance someone that commented might be right, and one of these suggestions could be the actual game mode that Nicholas does. But obviously, there's no way to tell until the update comes out, which the update will probably come out within the next week. I'm getting really excited. More videos and more streams coming soon, but make sure to leave a comment on what you guys think the vampire game mode is gonna be like, and which suggestion from this video do you agree with? Like, do you think any of these suggestions should actually be in Murder Mystery 2? Let me know in the comment section. And real quick, this video was recorded like almost a week ago at this point, so now that we have a little bit more information, this might be the last video I make before the Halloween update is actually out, so make sure to get hyped, guys. New videos and streams coming soon, of course, but this update should be coming out any moment now at this point. Yeah, guys, that's about it to this video, so I'm gonna end it off here, so until next time, goodbye!